Hi everyone, I'm back with my new video on NIELIT exam, Scientist AB, video series 6A. This is pertaining to important topics as per NIELIT exam syllabus and especially important for EC, electrical and ME and other branches. And because this time the whole syllabus is based on computer science, so it will be helpful in for you to focus on specific uh, topics of computer science which can yield you more marks with less preparation. So that's the motive for this particular and video, and I'm going to discuss the official syllabus and what all topics are important. Okay. So as you see, this is the syllabus for scientific technical assistant A, and this is for scientific technical assistant scientific scientist B. You go through it, and I have gone through it very clearly. See, this is scientist B, and this is for scientific technical assistant A. Everything is same. Everything is same. This see signatures, the SMTP, POP, and all. Everything is same. Okay. So I'm discussing this thing. Okay. Like, let me clarify you one by one. Starting from computer science and engineering mathematics. Okay. So in engineering mathematics, I got a lot of question that whether we should focus on it. I will say that I have seen in the recent exams that not many questions have been asked in engineering mathematics. So stick to some of those topics I am telling you, and some old gate questions and all. That will be enough, I guess. For example, proportional logic, first order logic. Proportional logic, they will simply give like some friends are not honest, some kind of steps, some kind of sentences they will give, and you have to make it that particular sentence in a first order logic. And truth table proportional logic, you can have to check whether it is a tautology or contradiction. Such kind of questions can come. Probability, this you can skip. Set theory and algebra, sets, relations, functions, groups, abelian groups, ring, field, partial orders, poset, lattice, this kind of thing. And similarly, what is reflexive set, what is the symmetric set, what is the transitive set, those kinds of questions are important, and please go through it. And this will be helpful because I think one or two question you will get from here. Combinatorics, you can skip. Although this can come in that first part under aptitude section, but not much expected in computer science. Graph theory is an important point, and it shouldn't be neglected, specifically connectivity, spanning trees, like Kroskal-Prim's algorithm and all, cut vertices and edges. Especially one their important pet question is, what is a bridge? So bridge is any edge in a graph which disconnects the graph. It is called bridge. Important point is it is a single edge. More than two edges also can disconnect a particular graph, but only if you have to select the one which singly disconnects the whole particular graph. Okay. And similarly, Hamiltonian path, Hamiltonian graph, and Hamiltonian circuit, and Euler path, Euler circuit. Such kind of question. Isomorphism is an also important topic. So next comes linear algebra. In linear algebra, you have a little bit knowledge about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Like for the particular 3 cross 3 matrix, if there are 3 eigenvalues, so multiplication of those 3 eigenvalues can lead you to the determinant of the particular 3 cross 3 matrix. Such kind of important small formulas you should recall, and you should also practice old some gate questions, which I am going to cover in my next some of the videos. Numerical methods, cost benefit analysis, why it's not much important, you can leave it. Similarly for calculus. Next come in computer science, digital logic, and in digital logic, logic functions, minimization is an important topics, and you shouldn't neglect this one. Specifically minimization using k-map, and especially don't care condition wise, and also like using NOR and NAND, universal gates for making combinator circuits and all. Similarly, fixed and floating point ranges for 2-bit representation and 1-bit representation, and all such kind of questions are important. Similarly, half adder, full adder, and multiplexer and all are important. You can have basic knowledge of all these questions. Computer organization, not much, except some few pet questions like cache, main memory, secondary storage, TLB and all, and specifically DMA, set associative representation and all, where you have to represent the primary and secondary memory, and you have to tell us how much tag is needed for such kind of architecture. Those are important. Instruction pipeline is also an important topic, you can go through it, but not much detail is anticipated here. Analog and digital communication wise, last some papers experience say so, that this is much they have given in details, but least is expected from this. But still some like ask fast pass, amplitude fast and frequency shift keying and all. Similarly, other important questions like what all technique is used for ethernet, and so you can go through those things. Similarly, these are important like error correction codes, Hamming codes, cyclic redundancy check, and you have to know in OSI layer which particular layer support this. These are the important things. Okay, so and similarly this TDMA, FDMA, CDMA are there, but you can have just theoretical knowledge of this thing. Not much is anticipated from here. So proceeding before proceeding further, just one thing that I have started one test series for this scientist A and scientist B, which will be a good exposure before giving the original exam. Expected date for this is 18th, 23rd, and 28th. This test series, and you should surely join this. You will going to gain a lot of help in this particular joining this test series. I have changed it because I want to inculcate what all experiments NIELIT is going to conduct in this 15th exam. That's why this change date of change for this sample paper has happened. These are some of the charges, not much. You can very well and this is how you can do NEFT and IMPs, and you can Paytm me also. So, and after Paytm you can send me the important details on this email ID. Okay, so before I'm going to tell you in just I'm uploading one more video, and I will going to tell you important topics of the remaining part of this syllabus. So meanwhile, thanks and keep working.